All right. Started, yes. Sees it going, yes. All right, great. Hey, folks, welcome back. This is a random gorilla stream. I know it's scheduled, but I just saw what this week's magic was, so I thought it'd actually be fun to go about it. For anybody who doesn't know, the LDR of a couple things. One, Game Metrodon, I run it. I mostly do historic Brawl videos. Two, this week's Midweek Magic is on Brawl. And three, Midweek Magic is basically a tiny event that runs a week. It's free to participate in Arena. If you get wins in it, you get random rare cards that are currently in. So even if you're not actually interested in what they put up, usually it makes sense to do it just for I certainly do it because free rares in historic Brawl, right? The good cards you don't have. Additional, almost always worth it. Both mine I already got in there. But anyway, what I wanted to do was look at these decks, say which one I think is the best, and which one I like if you want to get these wins really quickly, and which are the worst. I'm just going to give my immediate prediction right here. I need to go actually look at two of these lists, because one I haven't seen yet. But my default prediction is that Queen Elenil of the Rudark is probably no extra R in there. Robotic? Queen Elenil is probably the best one. Going to wine. If this was a different format, or these were, actual constructed decks, now power level, it would go something Joda in tier 1, Queen T2, Raven T3, and then Skolnar at the bottom of the list. 8 card. But we'll just go over these really quickly. The first thing is that even though this is a Joda deck, you actually look through it, because this is a Brawl deck, you'll see that it's not strictly just a Joda deck. It's actually also a domain deck. So instead of just being legendary creature, stomp, 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 there's a fair amount of stuff that leverages domain. Artillery Blast, Shoba Brawler, Weather Seed Treaty, Hive Heart Shaman. I guess this functions as sort of a complement to that one. But anyway, what you'll see going through this and looking at this, if you play a lot of, any of these formats, is you've got not a lot of hard removal for a 5-color deck, right? This is a 5-color deck. We have Leyline Binding and Kami War. And that's pretty much it. Everything else in this list, legendary creatures and stuff like that, sure, we have Artillery Blast, Strangle, we have a couple other things, but very little hard removal while you're trying to actually get up and hit that big 5. You also see that the color is pretty heavily green weighted, right? But it's Brawl, not historic Brawl. So anyway, but that's Joda, which is combo domain and legendary creatures. Queen Elenil is pretty straightforward from what I played against it. I'm not expecting here. Yeah, it's green white weenies, right? It does have Eater of Virtue, which is a little tricky there, and maybe 1 or 2 targets for that, I think. Archites, Pegasus, and stuff like that, right? But it's green white weenies. It's pretty straightforward. And then obviously as sort of level finishers, we have 12-Verse Huntmaster and Dollhouse of Horrors. What I'm not seeing in here is any form of real board wipe. What do we have for removal? Colorist Stance, that's okay. 1, 2. 4, actually. Wandering Emperor is a very powerful. Oh, we do have a board wipe by invitation. So I guess 5 pieces of removal. But the reason I think this deck is better, I'll get into a minute into it, is that it's just much easier to pilot. Let's do Raven Man first, and then Skolnar, because I'm actually gonna have to read this list. I haven't seen it yet. My games that I've played. Lost. Raven Man, basically, if anybody's discarded cards at the end of the turn, make 1/1 birds that can't be blocked. Tap 4 tap cards. So what do we have? Recovery. We've got a little bit of removal, some more hard removal, fair amount of hard and everything. I wonder if this runs braids. Yeah, five or so standard cards. Uma and Garen. It's basically make your opponent discard their hand and then just crunch them the rest of what you got to work. I'm gonna have to look at Skolnar because I think this card is terrible. I think it's an awful, awful card. For review, I just know that it's awful because of how long it takes to do anything. Use an effect that hasn't been chosen. Draw a card. Each opponent loses life, deals 3 damage. Exile it, and then give it to your opponent. Yeah. That's pretty bad. Okay, so this is going to be... interesting. Turn target creature to its owner's hand. Yep. Give some flying, some evasion. Deck. That phases stuff out, but that doesn't... This looks like combat tricks and return to hand. But this seems quite awful. Is this supposed to be like the world's worst control list? I maintain my initial position, which is that list is garbage. Anyway, I want to play a couple games with both. I haven't played like 4 games. I haven't won yet. I was playing with Joda. We'll start with Joda since I already sort of know how to pilot it. Honestly, all of these are pretty easy to pilot, except maybe that Skolnar one. That one looks like it might require you to be a little bit big-brained. I am necessarily capable of 100%. Alright. Topiary Stomper. Downside is that this doesn't have any ability to keep. Topiary Stomper 3, which... yeah, it has no capacity to go... It has no board wipes, right? Which is what you normally run in something like this. So let's start with Tangled Islet, and then we'll do Idyllic Beachfront into the forest into Topiary. Fine. No War Stalker. I gotta turn this audio down. I thought I could. Forest. Gary Stomper. I don't need to go fetch here. I still need a black source. Black is the main one. Let's get... oh. I won't have red for next turn. Let's do Wooded Ridge. So Joda next turn. Can't do Joda this turn. Let's do Dorothea. I'll discard that next. I might go grab... I don't need another red source. What do I actually need? Probably more green? Person doesn't think I will absolutely block with that fucker. Alright, pass to attackers. Herd Migration. Herd Migration before end of the turn. You'll fetch some to work with. Get a fort. I already have one, but like another. Do this. No attacks yet. That might have been a mistake, actually. 5 for each basic land type. We have forest, island, plains, swamp, mountain. That's everything? Yeah. Okay, so now the token creation starts. It's going to be a little annoying. Play that. If I played this, I would be able to tap it for... get Umbrella. Oh, any number of creature control pairs. Let's get the queen. Oh, but that spent my red. Do I just make wolf tokens here? Is that the smart play? I already spent my red source. Oh, never mind. Just gonna be a concede. Anyway, I think you can see sort of how this plays out. Obviously, that player was actually in a pretty strong spot. I think they probably could have still done it, but let me get my prize. Come on, give me. You know what I actually really want, but I will never buy for myself because of the waste of it. The not hourglass, stained glass bolt darts for any of the commanders. That's worthless. Alright, we'll do one more game with Joda. We'll do 2 games with each deck, I think. Maybe more with Skolnar, just because I have no idea how to pilot it. I need to play it a couple. But in terms of this tier list, I would rank... Joda's either 2 or 3, I think. That could be unoptimistic, but it just doesn't have any board wipes. Let's do main power. I should not have kept this open. I have no... Do that. Leyline binding is now... I might just toss it on Raven Man. I'll have to see. This is probably the wrong call in this matchup, but I just also have no interest in giving... What I really need is a green land. If I don't pull a green land, I'm in... Actually, any color land and Sphinx of Clear Skies would be good. But... no green, I'm very much in trouble. Yeah, I need one more land. I have every color but green. Right? Raccoon should be white? Yes. Alright, what do we discard here? I'm gonna get rid of it. There you go, wait, you have no green source. Get the... Not even a question. If I pull a green land, though, maybe we can use Cartographer's Survey to stabilize. What? Maybe they just felt bad for me. They're like, wow, your hand is really terrible. They're not wrong. Be another, 7 down. Too low. I need to supplies out here. Notice Codex doesn't do it. I have each basic land type though. Maybe I just play Joda and hope they don't have... That's probably the best bet, but they've got 2 sets of Menace. Hard. Did I do Sphinx of Clear Skies? Discard a card. Not gonna have time to play that if so take 7. Can't really play anything. I have to do as I think. I need 1 more mana. Maybe it was a mistake to use the Leyline bindings. Let's play Sphinx of Clear Skies. It doesn't make a difference. Because they've got 7 of Menace. Drop it. For some reason, I really want to see a Sphinx with, like, fresco patterned wings all of a sudden. I think it's because I was looking at this... what is that, like, cape? Cloak that it's wearing, and I thought it was its other wing. I'm like, is fresco the right word for what? That fresco pattern. Yeah, yeah, no, fresco's the right one. Sort of tiling imagery. Alright, so that's a couple games with Joda. Let's do this one next. Queen of Linnell. This is one I think is probably in my personal opinion, I would lean towards being the strongest. What do I create a pattern in? Okay, we have the playables. We not as many 1-drops as I would. There's a free mulligan. I'm actually gonna keep it. Not a lot better. We got one. Oops. That Eater of Virtue. What an interesting card. Kind of terrible, but interesting. Evolving Wilds. Back it for an island, maybe? Nope, mountain. Leaders. Turn will be the queen. +1. I think so? They're still one turn off. They're one turn off Joda. That's not good. They're gonna hit that really fast. But they might not have all the tools for it yet, so instead, let's clean. Not gonna block. They get Joda out this early though, that's gonna be ugly for me. That's not Joda. Okay, that's good. Break out. I think this is the right choice, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be spending 3 mana. I could have put the Eater of Virtue on, but encounter. Treasure token. I don't think you'll actually block these. You will. Either way, I'm piloting aggro. I think that +1 plus XX square. Next turn will probably be. Don't they have the colors they need to play Joda? If they do, I might swing in and try to pick with Luxus Libation. I think that's the right. I can do up to 1, 5, 6, 8. Oh, I actually did that wrong, but I think this is probably the right way to pilot it. In a normal matchup, you'd be concerned about, you know, running into board wipe here, but there aren't any in that deck. So, problem. Time to close this about. Not today. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I didn't actually broadcast that I was doing this at all. But damn, my thumbnail game is on point for this. Oh, hey, he does have the hard removal. Probably queen? Probably a mistake. I just want to replay it. I can do this. Got a bad idea. Alright, I think we probably have lethal, hopefully. On turn 1 will probably be not the Cavalier, it's actually mine. We'll discard a forest so we can use Restoration of Ijano to fetch it back if we have to. Discard. Forest. Seven. Ah, 3 more life. Good enough? To be fair, this is one of those matchups where theoretically I could have the deck list and know exactly what's out at any given point. Really play like that. Alright, let's do one more with Queen Metal. I think this is definitely the best. Or best is a strong word. I think this is probably going to be the most straightforward to pilot of any of these. Alright, we have playing into Joda. I like having Prayer of Binding. I'll take a risk. I'm gonna do that first in case I have something that's double green. Oh, we playing into Joda, I should just go aggro. Turn 3 will be Queen. Prayer of Binding might come up. Kill Arlen. Do I do Join the Dance or do I do Bridge Trap? 2 creatures, 2 creatures. No difference. Oh, what? Ah, I misread. Whatever. Let's throw everything up. Off the double block. Probably the right choice, actually. I thought that this would trigger the, I guess it's only creature type. It's gotta be... Way. And... X. Not good. I didn't play 7. Probably hit creature. 5, 6. Back. I hit creature. These are what creature plays. I could have done this. I'm just. This is the easiest deck to play. Also, cannot play the deck. Will he trade into Briar Bridge Tracker? Probably. Do I care? Really? I'd rather force the trade, honestly. It'd have to be both wolves. I want to make it. Play Joda again, and this time I don't have hard remove. I can do +3/3. Enough to wipe out again. Go face. +1. Think about this. You have 4/5. Trade for both. I think that's decent. Let's just get some more. Or here, let's get some more tokens. Yoda's about to be a real problem, though. If I don't draw a land for Glorious Sunrise, bad times. We chump with. I need his land. Land or hard removal. That's enough. For 8. How many life free? Have. Yeah. Yeah. I think Queen Elenil is the most sturdy of any of these decks. Alright, so let's break out the Raven Man. I didn't have that yet. Oh, it's the less. Probably not how you. Alright, Raven Man. Make your opponent discard stuff. And then just chip them. I disagree, Magic. No, there are definitely. Every day. Raven Man, turn 2, I think. Ooh, we're against Solconnor for the first. Let's see how this works. This might be not a terrible matchup for Solconnor, just because they had a lot of combat tricks. We were reviewing that. That's interesting. Why would you... I guess you'd only do that if you had more aggro deck? We have Hero's Downfall first. Probably Corrupt, Artificial, or Ragged. I would have held this. what's more valuable here? A 1/1 bird or setting up to get her? Or blocking their... Normally this is a pretty bad card, but this format's so slow that I think it's actually kind of... actually, wait. Beginning of your end. Still 2 turns off for me. Might turn out to be a mistake, but hey, I'll just figure out how you're supposed to pilot this. I think slowing that down by 2 turns is probably worth it. Because I can do Ragged Recluse, Corrupt Court Official next turn. Start generating free damage. This is, I feel like this is only playable in a format as slow. Otherwise, right, you have like 2 more removal spells in hand. Blow this out up the second. This person is on another level. Just a whole nother level than I am capable of. Official. I discard. Why is this like this is I want the bird. The bird. I will probably actually tap Raven now. Action. Out of cards. What? Why did they just... Oh, Chivalry. Did this just fail to find? That's garbage. Also, this person is a bit of an idiot. Maybe they're just being clever in a way that I don't... I think they're just immoral. They're losing. Card away. Card away. More birds. Got Falcon Wrath Forebearer. We got well, it's not really fun. Okay, I guess I'll do that. Beginning of each end step, player discarded a card this turn. Creature to... This. Can't replay him if he's... I don't know. I can't tell if this card is actually kind of good. I don't think it is. I think it's just terrible. It's just slow as hell. Hard for that. I don't understand my opponent. Maybe Skolnar is supposed to be a burn deck. Maybe this list is supposed to be a burn list, and that's how they're trying to pilot it. But it's just not working. Like, I still got 15 health. Combat. Light up the night. What are those animations? I don't recall seeing them. I just don't. Okay. That feels like something. Damage. Do one more with Raven Man, then we'll switch over to that Skolnar, and we'll do at least 2 with that one. We'll see. I might try to do a end on a win with that deck, but that list... lousy, frankly. Alright, what do we got? Blood Fountain. Piece removal. I think they made this... I guess it's not Vampire Thief. Longer Night is actually garbage. Is that Liliana Vess? I think it is, right? Based off the Lesnia jumping. Favorite flavor text. Not a very good card. Probably worth jumping here, unfortunately. fact, the birds this makes are unblockable. The fact that I had a lot of men off. Queen come out this turn, likely for virtue, but try to hit. No, hopeful initiate with the queen. Make a difference. Doesn't. That makes a difference though. Right. I wonder if this would have been a better commander for the deck than I'll like up them. I feel like in a format this low powered it might. Force him to stack something. We might actually just throw what's in there. Yeah. I have to give it something down a little bit. Firstly. Take 8. I guess if this is a body blocker for next turn. Bad. I stall for life. I guess I can get one more turn. I can dig a little bit, but I'll just be jumping for. Yeah, we'll play it out. I'm trying to think. I have to sack at least one blood token. That's simple. No, it's not. They can just move the Eater of Worlds over onto King Darien and split the pressure. I just lose. Crud. Might get one more try, but that has to be blocked. That has to be blocked as well. Annoyed because I know that. Alright, let's here and we have one. Get that. That was the wrong card to toss. I should toss this. And I could have done Vampire's Kiss. Yes. All right. Taking a 2-second break. Told you it'd only be like 2. Alright. One more deck to play out here, and that is... You can just go look at this and try to understand it. This I get. Feels like such a janky... Alright. Don't love it much. Ain't it? Let are up against turn one Dismal into turn 2 Swamp. Actual adversary sack it Bob on turn 3 with Ridge. Alternative would have been Haunted Ridge turn. Probably seems like it's kind of a mistake, but it does slow down a little bit because of the... Yeah. Hoping that... That might have been a mistake. It might have been what I needed. My plan was gonna be Spectral Adversary, but I didn't do that. Let's do Obnixilis instead. Or I could do... 3... No, I really want the copy. Get it? Circuit Mender. Right. I know who put this card into the list. Fantastic. Do I think he'll jump? I think if he will, this is worth it. Go for it and see what. Worth it. Might use timely interference to try to draw. Really? That's just game. Good. Alright, let's see where the damage. Now you give me Vesuvian Diplomacy after I've played all my cards that lie on Vesuvian. This will turn. Can't phase out walkers. You know what? I'm committing to this. Probably won't work, but if there's going to be a card that can get me out of it, it's going to be this. There's nothing else I can. That plus Spectral Adversary, phasing out Joda, and then you Estrus Charm to the board. But they really did this deck dirty. Hey. Hate it. against that deck. Man, they just... everything about this deck is so bad. You gave it a commander that's just kind of terrible. You combined that with no clear mechanic, but kind of maybe, hey, having a good enchantment. That... and then you put it in colors that rely on having good board wipe, but you didn't give it any actual board wipe. Bother. Just a bunch of powerful cards is not enough to actually make a deck good. Especially if, like, you made a deck that's blue. Yeah, it's blue, black, red. You barely gave it any... gave it, like, no, one counter spell in the... gave it not a lot of hard destruction. Gave it no board wipes. And red, you... made it kind of based around trying to cast stuff on your own stuff, but you didn't give it any red pump spells. Real question is, can I make a... yeah, and then you added this, but everything's based around creatures. Then why are all the creatures legendary? Hostile. Also a terrible card. I can do something. One more landing, playing Skolnar out kind of early would actually be... Wait, this makes copies that aren't legendary. I'm kind of an idiot. That's still pretty good. That's actually much better. Maybe I can win this one. Give that a try. Maybe I can counter Yoda with Etri. That's a stabilize. Okay. We're heading to places. I still maintain that this deck's fucking awful though. Use my Parlez-Vous today. Back to the end zone with you. This is kind of fun because now I have to really think of what I'm doing. I have timely interference, so I can make another copy of Etrai. Probably will if he plays anything over a 4-drop. 4-drop or a 3-drop, I might let it resolve depending on where it is. I can always blow it up once it gets. I can resolve for now. Read ahead is interesting. I don't know that I like it. I feel like it means you have to make sagas a little bit weaker to add it, but it definitely gives them some extra utility. What an incredible commander. Never even played it. Never had space to. Alright, let's do a couple more games since I think this is the games with, and then I will give my final verdict. I already had copies of that. Enthusiasm for it. I was thinking about going food shopping. Okay. Keepable. Really? Who are we playing into? Actually, yeah, this is kind of keepable. Yeah. Technically, I think this is technically the right choice because I play with fire on turn. Try and. I need Lightning Strike to get rid of Valinal, though. Is it more important to dig for land? Yes, more important to dig. Back. Play Valinal, just please play. Anybody wondering why I just did that? The main reason is that it creates 1/1s each time that you attack. If I remove the attacking body before it gets into play, they won't get 1/1. If I save the Lightning Strike for that, it's still like a 1/1, which comes into an extra this turn, which is a lot more damage. Might have been a mistake. This deck really should have had a board wipe built into it. I can't. Maybe one more. Not like it's gonna last. All right, I'll do one more, and then I think I'm ready to give my verdict. I think that if you've watched this all, you'll kind of be able to have already formed your own opinion, and you'll be quite right. Such a bad card. Okay, so I keep grumping about Maestro's Charm. Here's why. It's choose one, and this 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker means that it's just outside of being able to actually do anything to Joda. At which point it's like, why bother? That. Might as well try to get this guy out. Overcosted, understated, and generally kind of batted. I see red, white, blue, only black and green. Obviously they have green in the other sources. Play a green line. Already got it. So they probably are going to play a swamp this turn. Show a brawler, that does work. Maybe the purpose of this is to blow up Skolnar instead. Oh, they had a fail to find. One more game. One more game. Keep. Vent Tower, turn 1, adversary on 2. Phyrexian Rager on 3. Pull another lance, try and out. Plan. So I go with Dockside Chef instead. We'll go for Phyrexian Rage or Overgree, but why are there? Oh, are those like little cakes shaped like gears, right? That's gotta be it, right? Rager. Fuck. Okay, cool. Now this is where things get in. Figure out when if I want to place your car. Okay, wait. I have blue and black. I think we'll see a block here. I'll hold you though. Admittedly, giving green-white extra cards, probably not the best. I have 2 red. In fact, this deck still has board wipes. Nervous. Ah, crud. I got a free card. Game. Alright, I think I'm ready to rate these. My ratings. Alright, rating time. We have 4 decks here. Despite what just happened, I maintain that Queen Elenel of Rudark is probably the strongest deck of these 4. It's very fast, it's very consistent, and the lack of hard board wipes present in any of these lists means that, you know, it can kind of do whatever it wants, right? It can go incredibly wide, set up, and then just win the game. That's probably followed by... I still think Joda is the close second. Again, for similar but slightly different reasons. Yes, there's removal in these 4 decks, but there's not a huge amount of it. Your opponent is not guaranteed to have it. And Joda can also set up to go very big very quickly. Loses to Rudak because Rudak can just do it faster. But if Joda sets up, it is bigger. So Joda in 2nd place. Then in 3rd place... I still got to give it to Ravenman, but I think that this Skull Connor deck is a little bit less awful than I thought it was originally. With that said, it's still a bad... I get... So Connor is not a good commander. 5 mana for doing things at the end of your turn and then paying a big price if you don't build around keeping this card around. There's cards that do the same for the same amount of mana and are just better. But it's a closer 3rd and 4th place than I thought it was going to be. That's all I've got for today. Also for... But... yeah, that's all it's going to be. If you want to do this event as quickly as possible, play Queen Elenel. If you want to just stick around and have some fun with it, play Joda or play Connor. Ravenman is probably the least interesting of these decks, honestly. Even if it's like mid tier 1 in terms of power. But that is all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like my stuff, please subscribe. If you don't like my stuff or you got feedback, please leave comments. Until next time, take care. I will see you then.